Hi Malik slash Tififi. How is it going?
Hi Jude, it's going awesome. I found 2 big sticks outside.
Really? What are you gonna do with the sticks?
I'm gonna carve them into various forms and shapes, perhaps, and give one to you.
Is that like a common part of your practice, like finding things and turning them into other things?
I think so. Yeah, I have a big drawer of found memorabilia, like receipts, flyers, like those weird books you get at the gallery that tells you what they've got going on. And then I've got a Bible that's slowly been like losing pages that I've drawn on a few times. And then I think I also have a Quran. I don't think I've touched that one because I'm kind of scared. And also because it's all in Arabic and it doesn't really get as much.
So what attracts you about like religion? What do you say?
I grew up in... I to be honest, I just really like Christian symbolism and all the aesthetics of Christianity because I think it's the religion that has like the most cool art, because in Islam you're not allowed to draw actually. Yeah. Mm. There's like this guy on YouTube who claims that if you're Muslim and you draw, those drawings come to life, so you can only draw like landscapes, which is kind of weird and I think it's kind of gay. But if you look at Persian and Indian art, there was a lot of potential that was sadly like lost because of the weird rules. But yeah,
I've noticed in a lot of like Tifif art, there's a lot of like references to Indian and Egyptian cultures.
That's very, very new. I think I got a book on Egyptian art. I thought it was really cool. I think it stems from this where I try to do like 1 week where I study one thing, then I move on. Mm-hmm. But then I forget to like move on, so it just goes on for months. And then Indian and Egyptian art are very similar, I think. And I think in my practice I've been gravitating towards like abandoning like Western art to some degree, because it's very like focused on replicating what's in front of you, replicating real life. Like if you look at Renaissance art compared to like Indian miniatures or Islamic art, it's very different, and they have very different like priorities in art. Because in Egyptian art it's very flat, but what they do is like they shift the form, so like everything, you can see everything, like the faces are sideways.
Yeah.
And it's very cool. But also the Egyptians also believed like the same thing in Islam, that what you draw becomes life. So they used to draw like snakes, but they draw like daggers in them, so they're dead if they come to life, which is kind of cool.
So is there like a lot of symbolism in your drawings? Would you say?
I think so. Yeah, there's a lot of personal symbolism, but then there's also like symbolism that everyone can like understand. I think it depends, because I think a lot of my audience usually just thinks, oh, cool drawing, but then also if you like I think on social media there's like less considering art, because it's just kind of you scroll through it really quickly. Mm-hmm. So that kind of hinders.
Is that annoying when you're making it?
I don't really think about social media when I'm making it. I used to do that a lot when I was a kid.
Right, yeah.
But now a lot of my art is just made for me usually, and I put off putting it on social media and scanning it for ages, for months usually, and then I just kind of do it when I feel like it.
I've always been curious about how artists do that, because I can't like when I'm making something I can't not think about the person on the other end.
I think I'm very selfish in that degree, where I think all my art is for me. So if I just get like an idea, I'm like, oh, I should draw this, and then I draw it, and then...
Okay, so what led you to the Egyptian and like the hieroglyphic characters?
I was studying Egyptian art, and I was just like, I did like a few small Egyptian art drawings, and I was like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And then I did like a digital drawing. I think that drawing was like one that I did with social media in mind, because I put like things that I know my audience really likes. So there was like trans people, nudity, and like God stuff, and that really went on. I've always been like obsessed with borders and like ornament. Like if you look at the tapestry, there's like ornament, and I really like that. And I was like, I could use hieroglyphs as the ornament, and then that works really well. And they're also very fun to do, and I like the shapes of them and how like you can abstract them as well, because I really, really like abstract art. And I think I wouldn't mind just only doing abstract art, but I think that's kind of hard to do right now, because most people prefer figurative art, I think.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I suppose that like there's a human connection, or I mean, did you think that the characters in your art are human, or is it more complicated?
I think I wouldn't even consider them rabbits. They're just kind of entities. Right. But I guess they could be human. I consider them critters perhaps.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm fidgeting.
That's okay. But why rabbits? I think that's like the obvious question.
When I was, I think 10 or like in primary 6, my primary school got a rabbit, and I got really mad, and I researched a bunch about. This is like it's kind of a long story. I got really into rabbits, and then I got my own rabbit to be like, I can actually look after a rabbit, and I'm gonna own them because they were doing it wrong. And then the rabbit that they did get died of a heart attack.
Oh shit!
So I think I was in the right, but yeah, I had a rabbit for ages, and that during like a lot of like growing up and like transitioning into like teenhood. That's a word, right? I had like a rabbit, and then she kind of died in front of me. I came back from Japan, and then years after, I was like, oh no, so it's like, I should do rabbits to honor my rabbit, and then I just kind of stuck with it. I like dabbled with like leaving rabbits a few times, but I think they've really stuck, and I really like them. It's kind of, it's just kind of furry art, but.
So when you tried to leave, like, what did you move on to?
I tried just drawing people, but then I realized it's really, really fucking boring.
Really?
And it's also a huge hassle, because when you're drawing people, you have to do, like, a bunch of shit right. You have to, like, put the nose in the right place, the eyes, like, different features. And now I just kind of draw rabbits that are, like, the same character. I don't really have, like, my own original characters. It's just, like, a loose version of me, I guess, and it's kind of fun.
Do you struggle with, like, human faces? Or, I mean, like, or,
sometimes. I think it depends. I think my focus is really, really bad a lot of the times. I don't really have, like, the patience to work on a drawing really well. But I think what hinders me the most is, like, same face syndrome, where all my faces look the same. And with, like, drawing people, usually want, like, a bunch of variety and, like, a bunch of different faces.
Yeah.
But I'm not very good at that, so.
I think that the thing that people, because I've showed both my flatmates your art, and the thing that they always say is like, oh, it's so horny, or like it's very like erotic. Whereas like interestingly, when I ask you about that, you say no, not really.
It doesn't stem from a place of horniness. I think I view sexuality and like the sexual stuff in my art more as like just more playful and not really meant to be sexual, I guess. For like a few months, I decided I'm going to draw a bunch of furry porn for money on Twitter, and I'm going to get really rich. I got 0 commissions.
Really?
I tried really. I didn't try that hard, but I tried like a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And I did manage to get like a few followers, but I realized that like a lot of my porn art, it was just like very like arousing, which is kind of, I don't know. It's like my current work, which is just like, it feels like you're like a voyeur to some degree, and you're being looked at. And they've like noticed you, and you've been caught, and there's like a drawing of Toriel. Do you remember?
Yes,
were you ever like
of course, from Undertale.
Were you ever alive? You were alive, but
yeah.
Did you ever see like the like Starbucks Mummy Milkers thing?
I think I'm just a bit too old, slightly.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this up.
Okay.
Is it E24?
I'll put it up on screen for those listening. Malik is leaning over my desk and
I need to get rid of that.
He's misspelled it slightly.
No.
Maybe I'll cut this out.
Do you have child safety on?
I don't think so.
Okay. Maybe because there's...
Try edge.
That's done it. It's rule 34.
Oh, I see.
It's this one. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm not very good at making porn art, turns out.
Did you make that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That is good.
I was thinking about this comment where,
I see. It says, she's been witness to a murder of a family of 5, 3 accounts of arson, and 4 cases of human trafficking.
Yeah. She just looks very shocked, I think.
That's good. But did you do it because you find it, like sexy?
No. I think I find most things sexy. I think when it comes to, like, porn art, usually it's just, I view it very much as just, like, I look at it in an art way instead of, like, a porn way, because... Right. I don't know. It's just I care more about art than porn.
So you've never drawn like characters for your own gratification?
No. I think when I was in school in Germany, I had this one classmate, and he told me how like he was drawing a woman and he got hard, and I was like, that's kind of weird. And then, right. I don't know. Oh, it's raining.
Oh, nice. For those of you at home, it's raining outside. Which is very TFP appropriate, because I find this artwork very like wintry, and especially the ones in Germany. Although it's funny, it's interesting because I think you went there in the summer. Right?
I did, yeah. It was very warm.
Yeah,
very warm. I think it got to 30 degrees.
Mm-hmm. And then, I'm looking at your website now, and you've got like a Tief in Germany. You've got like a bunch of zines. Mm-hmm. There's a travel zine. There's like the Christianity ones.
That's the first zine I ever made.
Which one?
Printed. The Steps of Christian Living.
Yeah, I've got that on my. I keep that in my bathroom on the toilet, so that people. I like to like bait people into thinking that I'm like
Religious.
very fundamentalist.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think, but then they open it and they think that like that they see like that it's about rabbits.
That's a shame.
I know. Yeah, but I do like that for that reason. I think the cover's really cool.
Thank you. I think I signed up for a service where you get a free Bible, and I got like a little booklet of that, and I turned that into a zine. I still have like a bunch of excerpts from it, but yeah.
Really? So you can make a zine out of anything?
Yeah, you can. I've got like a bunch of zine ideas, but I'm just very, very, very lazy, I think. And I'm also not at home that much anymore, so...
Right. What is it about zines that you like so much?
They're very easy to make. They're very easy to self-publish. They're very accessible. And it's a very cool format. And I really like the ideas of, like, the idea of people having my work and being able to, like, own it in, like, a way that is more accessible to people who can't afford to buy, like, £100 painting or whatever.
Yeah, or a book. Would you ever do a book?
Zines are books. But yeah, I'd love to do a book. Now that I have a printer, I definitely want to do a book.
Would you do, like, a hardback?
Maybe. I definitely could. I feel like it's not that expensive. I think it just depends on if I have enough people that are willing to buy a book, and then I can make a book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, if you could sum up your entire art career in one word, what would it be?
I was going to say failure, but...
Well, you're just getting started.
I know. I forget that I always, like, count, like, the time I've been, like, practicing and not, like, actively pursuing opportunities as, like, time spent as, like, a professional artist. But I just kind of forget to put effort in it. I just kind of forget about, like, all the stuff I can do. But
it's not easy out there.
Yeah.
Do you feel like do you feel, like, intimidated by your competition?
Not really. I just feel like my competition probably has a better chance of getting opportunities because most people that, like, apply to the art competitions I apply to probably just do, like, landscapes of England. But like, I need to show you everything that got, like, accepted for the Jackson's Prize that I got rejected from.
Yeah, show me.
Because I got very mad.
I'll put it on screen.
And Oren refused to listen and accept that some of the art was really, really bad. But I think he might like some of it, which is fine.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like landscapes and...
I don't think I saved any of the landscapes. I think I have a hard time viewing art that I like is like my competition a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh yeah, that's interesting. That's quite cool. I like that. What do you think?
that's right. I think it's actually really cool, yeah. But yeah.
These are the ones that got accepted.
Yeah.
So what was the funding you were applying for?
It wasn't funding. I applied to the Jackson's Art Prize, which is like run by like an art supply company, where I usually buy art supplies from, and I think you can win a solo exhibition, or like just an exhibition, and a bunch of money. So yeah, and you also have to pay to apply.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. How much?
£10, I think.
Okay. Wow, that's not bad.
It's not. No.
And you didn't get into the running or anything.
No.
I'm sure that's just a case of you not being like what they're looking for, and like, I don't think it's like to do with skill.
It definitely is not. I keep forgetting that it's like it doesn't have anything to do with skill. It's just very subjective because art is insanely subjective. Mm-hmm. So it's just in the hands of the curators and like the people who are in charge of the institutions.
Are you insecure about your skill level?
Sometimes, yeah, because I think I can be very self-critical and like compare myself to people a lot.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like I'm pretty happy if I like look at my old art. I've grown a lot. So.
For all those artists who are like learning out there, what would you say to get better at art?
Never stop drawing. Draw everything, and simplify. Abstract. You don't have to capture every little detail.
Here's the thing: is like I practiced for years and years, like drawing all the time. I get really anxious when I wasn't drawing, but I kept just like drawing doing life drawings because that's what my art teachers told me to do. They were like measure and like.
Oh, that's gay.
Yeah, you think it's gay? Okay, don't listen to your art teachers.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. I don't think you have to draw every day anymore because I used to do that and I take joy in doing that because I think a lot of the times I like self-isolate and I just like draw for like weeks on end. Mm-hmm. But that kind of gets boring because then you just don't see people and then you get bored and then you go insane a bit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. Solution is have a life maybe.
Do you feel like you have a life now?
Kind of. Sometimes. I'm here right now, so I do have a life.
I guess. What would you be doing a year ago? Would you be on 4chan?
No, I actually never used 4chan that much. I was only in like 4chan servers,
Oh,
Discord
right.
servers, which isn't really 4chan, is it? I did post my art on IC. I've got like a few good screenshots of people like reacting to my art. I remember posting like a very intricate drawing, and one person's critique was only like, just make her more attractive and then it'll be a nice drawing. That was really gay.
Mhm.
But I think the last time I posted art, it was on the other art board, which is not IC. I think it was Oyakaki.
Oh, right, yeah.
And someone responded to it with the trans hanging Wojak. I thought it was really funny.
I'll put that on screen.
And it was like, you know, those 4chan slashes and then just Tumblr. That was kind of funny. But
Damn.
yeah.
Some people. So when you were like a shut-in, because like, you talk a lot about having like a phase where you were shut-in, or that you didn't really go outside, you just draw all the time, or were you just drawing all the time? Or were you...
I was drawing all the time and also walking my dog. I think that's like the only thing that really helped, having
Really?
a dog and going outside at night and like, because there's like these men. There's like a tunnel that I have to cross to like go to the field where I walk my dog at night, and there's sometimes these men who just smoke weed at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, really?
And it's kind of there in the way.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. It's like at 11 p.m. as well. There's no reason to smoke weed at a tunnel at 11. They've definitely got homes as well.
I guess.
Surely they just smoke weed at home.
Well, sometimes your landlord doesn't like that. Maybe.
It's all kinds of housing. I don't think the landlord cares.
I guess so. Alright, Mr. Tififi. I'm gonna cut this off. And
Okay, wait, what was the question? What was that? What was the shut-in question?
My oh yeah, sorry. Cut. Why? So yeah, you talk a lot. So we've talked a lot about like being a shut-in, and I know that you're in like a lot of like Discord servers.
I'm in one.
In one Discord server. We'll link it on screen.
Where everyone is fake shut-in. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it like being a shut-in? Like, was it like, and how long were you shut-in for? And what is a shut-in?
I think since I was like 15 when I dropped out of school, or when I just stopped going to school, till I want to say 19, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think being a shut-in is just kind of not going outside or not like really seeing or talking to people in person.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess everyone has their own definition.
So it's just you and a dog for 4 years.
And my parents, I guess, but I don't really talk to them.
Why didn't you have any friends?
I think I'm very bad at like following through with plans sometimes because it's the whole thing, and also I think I just didn't have any friends because I didn't really know anyone in Edinburgh that much besides like people from primary school.
Oh, right,
I didn't really know how to meet more people, so I just kind of didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're doing it now.
Yeah, because I met you. And Oren.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So what's the secret to making friends?
Grinder and going to Shishu concerts. I'm going to college.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. Download Grinder.
Yeah, download Grinder. Talk to Dom Top.
Have you ever shared your art on Grinder? Or have you ever...
I have, and you know the movie Fritz the Cat?
Yes, I do.
Some guy told me my art looks like Fritz the Cat, and I really like that. And I've also shown it to other people, which is nice. I think I need to go back on Grindr and start digital marketing again. It's a strat.
Okay, I'll link to Malik's Grindr. Thank you very much.
Yay, woo.